Thank you. And I would now like to introduce our alumni speaker, my really good friend, Una.
Thank you so much, Steph. Hi, everyone. My name is Una and I'm 20 years old. I'm from a small town in Northern Ireland where I live with my family. I have loved drama since I was 4 years old, so this was always going to be what I went on to do. At the moment, I have 5 or 6 months left of studying drama at the University of Ulster in Derry. I participated in Friends Forever originally in fall 2017, and I gained so much from being a participant. My group and I did service projects, met members of the community, and we learned how we can create change. This experience taught me that I, as an individual, can make a difference. Much like Friends Forever, drama has taught me a lot. I have learned how to be resilient and how to get up after every time you get rejected. It's very easy to think that you haven't been successful or to focus on the person that's doing better than you. I was asked when I first realized that I was interested in drama, but in a way, it was always written in the stars for me, as my granny was a speech and drama teacher for most of her life. And some of the moments that I remember with her involve her helping me with those speech and drama exams. I have been to countless auditions where I've walked away without a role, but for all of those auditions, there have been successes. I've had the honour of performing in the beautiful Grand Opera House in Belfast. I've got the chance to be in a film, and I'm now studying what I love every day. And through all of this, I've gained experience and I know so much more about what to do in the future. I've had the opportunity to tie this in with my Friends Forever experience through some of our workshops, like improvisation. Since being a participant in Friends Forever, my involvement hasn't ended. In Northern Ireland, I have been part of the alumni movement, going to meetups in and along our campus in Northern Ireland and out and about with other alumni. Also, studying in the city Derry has encouraged me for the future of Friends Forever. In the middle of Derry, there is a bridge over the River Foyle, and it's called the Peace Bridge. It quite literally bridges two communities together, not just metaphorically. These communities have had a long history of division, and it's reminded me that as a Friends Forever alumni, I want to have this effect. I want to bridge communities together as we work in places that have experienced divisions and hardships. And it's a reminder to me that you should look around you and make a difference wherever you can. Also, studying in this city has given me a chance to explore the country that I call home, and it has given me a chance to explore my Irish culture in a city that is filled with culture. Also, with Friends Forever, I was an alumni trainer in New Hampshire last summer. While we were there, we met with and researched new organisations in the area. We also led workshops for teams of young people, visited members of the community with them, and acted as a guide for them as people who had gone through the programme ourselves. There is no feeling like knowing that you've made a difference for a young person and experiencing the moment that they tell you specifically that you have made an impact on their journey. It was a goal of mine in the summer to let the young people and my fellow alumni know that they matter, not only as a team, but as individuals as well. In my community, we've seen far too many people lose their lives because they felt alone. That needs to end. And if letting people know that they matter changes that, I want to let people know that they matter at any opportunity I have. Another honor I had with Friends Forever was being selected to come to New Orleans in November of last year for an alumni training program. As a team, we did service projects, team building activities, learned how to strengthen our skills, and we got to explore the amazing New Orleans. We had a chance to learn about the history and culture of this amazing place. We met with organizations like the Innocence Project and the New Orleans base for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which particularly struck me. We got to explore diverse and beautiful communities and meet so many amazing people. A moment that really struck me here was traveling through the Lower Ninth Ward and going to the Lower Ninth Ward Museum, meeting Miss Leona Tate, who Steph spoke about, who was one of the girls who desegregated schools in the South. And we learnt about the things that she has continued on to do and exploring the community and learning about the effects that Hurricane Katrina had on them. Then, towards the beginning of the year, the great shock to all of us came, the coronavirus. It felt as if we were further apart than ever, but in the Friends Forever world, this didn't last. Quickly, we started having daily Zoom calls as alumni and sometimes with people in the Friends Forever community. There are people that I met through these calls that I've never met in person, yet I feel that we are close friends. Meeting up virtually gave us something to look forward to every day, and it gave us a way to be connected without even being in the same country. Some of us, including Shira, Steph, and I, also started having calls with residents in Riverwoods, Exeter, and Durham, as Steph mentioned. These have included many different workshops and taught us all so much. Even in the middle of a pandemic, when leaving the house more than once was breaking the law here, we found a way to bring people together. Before I go, I thought I'd share a story with you. A while ago, I listened to a podcast where a famous magician called Dynamo was talking about one of the subjects he knows best, magic. And he talked about his biggest tricks like card tricks or walking on water. But then he went on to talk about what magic is, and it's a sentiment I share. Magic is in the moments. Magic is holding a newborn baby for the first time. Magic is putting a smile on someone's face. For me, magic can be standing on the stage and having everyone look at only me, or having the fortune of sitting with my family every night for dinner now that I'm studying from home. For all of us as Friends Forever alumni and as staff, magic is making a difference in your community and in someone else's. Magic is letting a young person know that they matter. And I want to say to all of you that you matter and that you're important, and thank you.